For this week's video, I decided to do a very quick Rashaad Penny update. After my last video on him came out, a bunch of people asked for an update on how he played against the Cardinals. In this one, we'll do a quick breakdown on what I saw. Before we do that though, do me a favor and like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you haven't watched that other video yet, I strongly recommend you do that as this one will make a lot more sense. So anyways, Penny absolutely killed it in his game against the Cardinals. He rushed for over 8 yards per carry. He gained 190 yards on 23 rushes, and he also scored a touchdown. The first thing we'll do is look at his updated rush yards over expected. Similar to my last video, Penny is right at the top. Before this week, he was at 1.8 rush yards over expected per attempt, and now he's at 2.1. Also, his rush success as a percent of expected also improved from 38% to 41%. Both these are very encouraging considering that the Cardinals defense is actually very good. Now, with that being said, the first thing we need to note is that Rashaad Penny faced a stacked box on just 17% of his carries in this game. This is extremely low. It's actually lower than his season average. This means he's facing a light box on the vast majority of his carries. This is important to say because when we look at his next-gen stats, Penny's rush yards over expected for this game alone was 3.3 yards. This means that if his total yards per carry was 8.3 and he created 3.3 by himself, this means his offensive line and scheme created 5 yards per carry. Now I want to let that sink in for a moment. That number, 5 yards per carry from just his offensive line and scheme, is absolutely absurd. We shouldn't see this against a top 10 defense, but here we have it, and it strongly contributed to the Seahawks winning this game. So with all that being said, this directly pairs to what I saw with this film. Penny was given very good looks against a top defense. This doesn't discredit his play as he ran very well in his touches, but if you're consistently given this big of holes against this top defense, it's no wonder why Penny played so well in this game. Now to his credit, he did break 4 tackles and he played with great speed and power. This has been true for him over the last 5 weeks. However, on the touches where he didn't get the full speed as he hit the line of scrimmage, Penny didn't create any more yards. There was one carry though that we do need to talk about. This one happened in the first quarter. In my opinion, this was his best run of the game by far. The Seahawks were lining up in pistol with a tight alignment from Freddie Swain on the backside. The Cardinals have 7 men in the box, while the Seahawks have 6 blockers. This means the Cardinals are gap sound. The Seahawks are running a gap play called Duo on first down. Since this play gets Penny backside, it leaves him with a one-on-one against Chandler Jones. Now Chandler Jones isn't some slob, he's a very good edge defender. So to see Penny juke him out of his shoes is extremely impressive. Penny gained 10 yards on this run, and in my opinion, he created every single one. Outside of this run though, pretty much every single carry where Penny gained excess yards beyond what his offensive line blocked for, he was already past the line of scrimmage. Now once again, this doesn't take away from what he did. This isn't what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that on his plays like his long 62-yard touchdown, he was given a pretty big hole to run through. He still did outrun multiple defenders to make that play happen, but the blocking was amazing too. The same goes for his 29-yard run in the middle of the third quarter. The first defender he encountered was at 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Obviously, his juke to beat the safety Jalen Thompson was awesome, and he deserves a ton of credit for that, but he also was given a ton of space to set it up. The question we need to ask is why is the Seahawks offensive line so much better to end the season? In my opinion, that is a very important question. From my perspective, the major thing I saw was the combination blocks by the interior 3 of the offensive line. They have been so much better at creating these massive holes for the running back. They have done such a great job of sealing the interior defensive line back inside, and that's contributed so much to the wide open holes for Rashaad Penny. Now again, with all this being said, I really hope you don't think I'm here to trash him, because straight up I really do like Penny, and I like what he brings to this offense. However, my concerns as I pointed out in my last video are still the same. He does create a home run if he's given good blocking. He's always had that talent. Never have I said he doesn't. In my opinion, if the Seahawks can sustain how they handle those combination blocks and their technique to steal defenders' backside, then Penny will continue to feast if they do end up resigning him. Well, that's all I have for you in this one. I'll have a new video and trust me, a new topic next week. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great wildcard weekend. Thanks again. You can support me directly via my Patreon in the link below, and also you can find me on Twitter at Samuel R. Gold.